You're watching Behind the Bar with Paul Starr.
Welcome Behind the Bar, Paul Starr, brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship, the Premier League last week in Aberdeen. Oh my word, what an evening. Michael Van Gerwen smashing the world record average there. It looked like one stage the Bombers banker was going to land with James Wade 5-4 against Adrian Lewis. It didn't happen. Happy to say my Premier pick did land 4-1 on the Thorn and Peter Wright drawing. Now we caught up with the 5 times champion of the world, a crafty Cockney, Eric Bristow, who ran the raw over last week's Premier League and looks ahead to this week.
Fantastic darts last week. I mean, people are playing in the Premier League now and they're getting 109 average and they're getting battered. So it's getting a bit silly now. And I watched Michael Van Gerwen. He was averaging 137 after 6 legs. And it's a good job he missed a few darts at a double. He still broke the world record with 124 average. But I mean, it's just, we're all waiting to see what turns up this week, because if he carries on like that, I don't know what these other players are going to do, because you just can't keep playing like that. I want to see him do a normal average of 102 this week. If you averaged 100 in my day, you'd be most tournaments. I mean, but now, as I say, these lads are losing with 109 average. So it's not as if they're doing anything wrong with their game. They've prepared right. They've given it their best shot. You're just running into somebody else who's playing their best game as well. So it's a pleasure to watch. When you've got the 10 best dart players in the world, 5 games a night, you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it started, funny enough, this year started off bad. The first week wasn't a very good week, and there wasn't very good averages. And then just since that, once the boys have got used to playing in front of the big crowds again, it's just exploded. And I'm looking forward to Thursday. I look forward to every Thursday. I love it. I'm doing a little bit to try and keep James Wade's career going and get his average up, which we're doing. We're getting there, because he's averaging over 100 now, 102s all the time. He's just, what he's done the last few weeks, he's been 3-1 up the last 2 weeks and gone to sleep for a couple of legs. You cannot do that against these dart players. He's got to stop doing that, otherwise he'll keep getting beat like he is doing. So, and Chisnell's dangerous. Chisnell should have won the Premier League last year. So I could see that going 6-all that, but I mean, but then if Chizzy plays like he can do, that's what's great about these 10 dart players. If the A team player turns up, they can wipe the other player out. Even though the other player averages 102, if one of these guys can average 117, 115. So all 5 games Thursday are going to be fantastic. But what a great first game that should be. Phil Taylor's playing brilliant now. Everybody's wrote him off. They keep writing him off. Don't write him off. He's going to be still playing when he's 75. And he's playing lovely darts at the moment. I can see him beating Lewis. I can't see there being no problems with that one. Thornton, Anderson, there's 2 Scottish lads playing against each other. Anderson's got to win that one. He should win it. He's a better player than Robert Thornton, but Robert Thornton does have his day. So you've got to treat these players with respect, but on paper, Gary Anderson should win that one quite easily. Peter Wright hasn't lost a game this year. He's got 7 points. He's won 3, drew 1. He's going to have his first loss this time. He's got no chance of beating Michael Van Gerwen. I mean, he's a very good player, and he might win a major. They're all saying that he's going to win a major. There's too many good players about to start telling people that you are going to become a major winner. It's going to be hard work for any of these dart players to become a major winner, especially with Michael Van Gerwen in form and Phil Taylor in form and Gary Anderson. You know, you might have to play all 3 of them to win a major. So he's a very good player, Peter Wright, but he's not good enough to beat Michael Van Gerwen. Well, poor old Michael Smith, first time into the Premier League, got the short straw. Someone pulled out the first week because they was ill. So all of a sudden, instead of having that nerves just to play your first game and get yourself used to the Premier League, he had to play twice that night. He lost his first game, and then all of a sudden he lost his second game. So he was under the thumb from the start then. He's looking at the league table, he's played 2, he's bottom, and then it's just got worse and worse and worse for him. He's played 5 now. He ran into Michael Van Gerwen last week, who he would never beat him if he'd have had 4 darts, so it wouldn't have mattered, you know what I mean? But he could win this game. Smith could beat Barney, because Barney goes to sleep. Don't give up if you play Barney, because I class him as the weak link in that lot. Bash Barney. It's called Bash Barney. I said the two that are going to get relegated on my website and Twitter and all that, I said before it started was Thornton and Smith. So, and I'll still stick by that.
Great to catch up with a 5-time champion of the world there, Eric Bristow. So just to recap, he's gone for week number 5, Exeter. Taylor 10-11 to beat Lewis. He's gone for Wade, Chisley player at draw 16-5. Anderson at 1-3. MVG at 1-3. Smith to get his first win in the Premier League at 13-8 against Raymond van Barneveld. And relegation also Thornton and Smith. So we'll see what happens there on Thursday on Sky Sports 7 p.m. Of course, this weekend we see the UK Open at Butlins in Minehead Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm happy to say I've been joined by Chris Mason, who'll be on the ITV commentary team down there. How you doing, Chris?
Very well, mate. You?
Yeah, buzzing for the weekend. We've just come back from a weekend at Butlins with your buddy Mr. Brown and a few others. And obviously you're down there working this weekend, Chris.
Yeah, well, we're down there together in next month, I do believe, doing a show.
Yeah, this is how it works.
Yeah, I think I'll need rehab in May sometime.
Yeah, definitely. Especially after that last weekend. I think I'm nearly there. So we've got, say, 4th to the 6th, Friday to Monday. Couple of names I'll throw at you. 11-8, Michael Van Gerwen, which Michael Van Gerwen should be favourite for absolutely everything. But being the UK Open, you don't know what draw they're going to get. So would you steer clear of a player, even though how well he's playing, but at that short price?
Yeah, I think we've had something like 13 different finalists and 7 different winners over the years. So it does throw up a few surprises and a few outside shots. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Michael win it on his current form if he can hold that for 3 consecutive days. Well, 2. Then yeah, he's a right favourite. And as I said in the last event, I thought it was buying money, and I was right. And I think in this case, not usually one for the punters looking to give them some value. So I don't like backing the surefire ones, because when they go down to making money, you got to put a few quid on. So I don't mind having a look at someone like maybe a Klassen or a Gerwin Price, or even an Alan Norris, maybe someone we don't expect. As I said, this one always throws up a few surprises, and especially a few surprise finalists.
Yeah, well, a couple you mentioned, Alan Norris 66-1. Yes, a Yellow Klassen 80-1. You don't want Yellow Klassen in this quick format, do you? Because he can put away quickly, can't he? And he's playing well at the moment. Say 80-1. That is big.
Yeah, I think this kind of format suits him. Saying that, he hasn't had enough success in terms of the Pro Tours, which are a similar early format to this one, best of 11. But I think he's a different player nowadays. I think the way it's going to go, he may get a couple of games to get into his rhythm, and I think he might be dangerous. I can see a big outsider coming through and making some ground up. This is the first sort of major of the season, so to speak. It's very unique, and I fancy someone outside the sort of top 16 to have a big run at this and move himself up the rankings. We see it a lot. Yeah. We've seen it before with Terry Jenkins and players like that go deep, and it gets them going for the rest of the year.
Yeah, because Terry made the final a couple of years ago, didn't he, against Adrian? Yeah. And if we look at, he said the prize money is £60,000, £300,000 up for grabs, £60,000 for the winner. So that can propel somebody, say, into the top 16, top 10 in the world. But it's the fact that it's over your various boards. You obviously got Skyline, then Reds, and then you'll have centre stage with the outside boards, we say, and that's fun, isn't it? That gets absolutely ram-packed in there, doesn't it? Everyone's trying to see it.
It's very unique. As you know, you've been to the Pro Tours. You can see what it's like with the 32 boards up. But for the fans to actually come and see what normally goes on behind the scenes, and we've got the 32 amateur players that came through the Riley's qualifier. So, there's a few names there. Alex Roy, who's one of the group of 8 players that's now played in every UK Open since its inception. So, he's playing Dennis Smith, another blast from the past. And I think I'm covering that game for ITV4. So, yeah, it's great for the fans. They can get right up close and personal, as you know. They're right on the action, and some of the players that we don't normally see on TV get their chance to shine and gain some valuable experience. So it's a great event.
It is. I was down there Sunday night at the bar trying to blag a few extra tickets for friends, and Butlins have not only sold out, I think they've oversold it. It is unbelievable. I think, thousands and thousands of people.
I think it was sold out in just a few days.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous.
And that's full. I think it's full over 4,000 now because they've increased capacity. I mean, that just shows you how much of a great event it is. The fact that it sells out so quickly, and it's a lovely venue, Butlins. I know holiday camps get a bit of a rough deal, but that's a lovely camp down there, and it's not like anything else I'd been to. We didn't used to play in camps like that when I was playing. It was Pontins Prestatin, I think.
Yeah,
wipe your feet on the way out.
Yeah, that's it. Well, Chris, thank you so much for your time. Now, I'm going to say, so we've got Yellow Class in the 80s. I'm going to go, I got fancy Adrian Lewis at 11 to 1. Might be
that's a big price.
Yeah, might be a little bit of value as well. Chris, we look forward to see you on Friday. We'll catch up, and fingers crossed, we might be able to have a taste one of those beers down there.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Cheers,
mate.
Paul.
Cheers, mate. Great to catch up with Mason the Ace there. Chris Mason giving his views on the UK Open this weekend in Butlins, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking here. It's totally free. Like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. And join us next week on more Behind the Bar with Paul Star, brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship.